Value, or in this video, we are going to find the missing value when we are given a mean. Okay, so your goal is I can determine the missing value when given a desired mean. So let's go ahead and first get started with the steps and how to do that. Now, at first the steps are going to seem a little overwhelming, but all of the problems work the exact same way. There's no tricks or tricky sorts of problems, so they're all going to work the exact same way. And so the more you practice, the more you're going to understand how to do it. So the first thing that you're going to do in step one is you're going to add up all of the given values and x, okay? And you're going to see this in the word problems that we do. So you're going to look at the word problem and you're going to add up all the given values and x. So for example, 74 plus 92 plus 83 plus 98 plus 100 plus x, okay? Step two, you're going to divide by the number of terms. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, how many terms did you have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you're going to divide all of that by 6. Step 3, you're going to set it equal to the given mean. Now, in the word problem, it's going to tell you the mean is, or the average is. So all you're going to do is you're going to take all of this and you're going to put an equal sign and you're going to put the mean there. Okay? Step 4, you are going to simplify the numerator. So all I did is I took all of these numbers and I added them together so that I got one number right here. So I took 74 plus 92 plus 83 plus 98 plus 100. I put them in a calculator and I got 447. And I left the plus x, I left the divided by 6, and I left the equals 88. Okay? Step 5. Multiply both sides by the denominator. So the denominator down here in this situation is 6, and we want to get rid of it. So in order to get rid of it, it's being divided by 6. So I need to multiply by 6. And if you remember our rules for equations, whatever I do to one side of the equal sign, I have to do to the other side of the equal sign. So I'm going to multiply this side by 6, and I'm going to multiply this side by 6. Now, these 6's are going to cancel. Goodbye, goodbye. Thank you for coming. And I'm going to bring this down. Then I'm going to do 88 times 6. So, 88 times 6 is 528. I brought down my 447 plus x. And now my last step, step 6, is to solve for x. And I have a one-step equation. So, I'm going to box the variable. I'm going to do minus 447 from both sides. This cancels. I bring down my x equals, and I subtract this, and I should get x equals 81. Now that's a lot of steps, but it will go a lot quicker once you start to work through the problems. So let's go ahead and start to look at our first word problem here. All right, so Susan has 4 20-point projects in science class. Her first 3 projects earned scores of 18, 15, and 16. How many points does she need to earn in her 4th project? So her average for projects will be a 17. So let's pick apart the information that we have. What are her scores that she has so far? She has an 18, a 15, and a 16. And what does she want her average to be, or her mean? So she wants her average to be a 17. So let's go ahead and set this up, okay? My first step told me to add all of our given numbers together plus x. So 18 plus 15 plus 16 plus x. Then it told me to divide by the number of terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it told me to set it equal to the mean. The mean or the average is 17. We're good so far. Then it told me to simplify the numerator. So I'm going to do 18 plus 15 plus 16. And I get 49. So I'm going to do 49, and all I'm doing is simplifying this right here, plus x, still divided by 4, still equals 17. Now I need to get rid of the 4 on the bottom. It's divided by 4, so I'm going to multiply by 4 on both sides. This cancels. Thank you for coming. I bring down 49 plus x. I bring down my equal sign, and I do 17 times 4. That's going to be 68. And now I just solve for x. Box my variable, minus 49. That cancels. Minus 49. Bring down my x equals, so 68 minus 49 is going to be 19. So she needs a 19 on her last project in order to have an average of a 17 overall. Now, you can actually check your answer really quickly with a calculator. Find the average of 18, or find the mean of 18, 15, 16, and 19. And the mean of that should be 17 perfectly. Okay? So do that real quick. Add up 18 plus 15 plus 16 plus 19, and that should give you 68 divided by 4, because there's 4 terms total, and that's going to give you exactly 17. All right, let's do another example here. Tanya needs her average time for running to be 1.5 miles. Tanya needs her average time for running 1.5 miles to be 13 minutes. For the past 6 days, she has finished the distance in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 12 minutes, 12 minutes, 17 minutes, and 11 minutes. What does her time on the 7th day need to be in order to have a mean time of 13 minutes for that week? So, let's go ahead and first find out what our given values are. So we have 10 minutes. Oops, I actually want to do that in yellow. Let's try that again. So we have 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 12 minutes, 12 minutes, 17 minutes, and 11 minutes. And it's asking us to have a mean of 13. So let's go ahead and set this up. We're going to put all of our given values together plus x. 10 plus 15 plus 12 plus 12 plus 17 plus 11 plus x. And I'm going to rewrite that so I can fit it all in there. 10 plus 15 plus 12 plus 12 plus 17 plus 11 plus x. There we go. Now, second thing it says is to divide by the number of terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then to set it equal to the mean. And it says that the mean is 13. The next thing I need to do is to simplify my numerator. So I need to add up all of these numbers here. So let's go ahead and do 10 plus 15 plus 12 plus 12 plus 17 plus 11. And that should give us 77. plus x, still divided by 7, equals 13. Now we need to get rid of our denominator. So it's divided by 7, so we're going to multiply both sides by 7. This cancels. Thank you for coming. We're going to bring down 77 plus x. We're going to bring down our equal sign. And 13 times 7 is going to be 91. And from here we solve for x. Box the variable, minus 77, minus 77, and x is going to equal, this cancels, x equals 14. So in order to have a mean time of 13 minutes, she needs to run this distance, 1.5 miles, in 14 minutes on that last day. Now, go back and check your work. So, re-add all of these together, but add in 14 and divide, find the mean, and divide by the total number of days, which is 7. So do 10 plus 15 plus 12 plus 12 plus 17 plus 11 plus 14. That's going to give you 91 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that should give you 13. Perfect. All right, example 3. Andy has grades of 84, 65, and 76 on three math tests. What grade must he obtain on the next test to have an average of exactly 80 on the 4 tests? So let's go ahead and highlight our given numbers. So we have an 84, a 65, and a 76. And we want him to have an average or a mean of exactly an 80. Okay, so let's add up our given terms. So 84 plus 65 plus 76, and we always add in x because that's what we're trying to find. Then we divide by how many terms we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we set it equal to the mean, which is 80. Next, we're going to simplify our numerator. So we need to add all of these numbers together. So we're going to do 84 plus 65 plus 76. And that's going to give us 225. Plus x, still divided by 4, still equals 80. Next thing we're going to do is we want to get rid of the 4, the denominator. So we're going to multiply both sides by 4. These are going to cancel because division and multiplication cancel each other out, so thank you for coming. We're going to bring down 225 plus x. We're going to bring down our equal sign, and 80 times 4 is 320. Now all that's left is to solve for x. So we're going to box our variable. We're going to do minus 225 and minus 225. These are going to cancel. We're going to bring down our x, bring down our equals. And then x equals 85. So Andy needs to score an 85% on his 4th test in order to have an average of an 80% in his class. Now let's go ahead and check our answer. So find the mean of these 4 numbers, and it should equal 80. So use your calculator. Do 84 plus 65 plus 76 plus 85. That's going to give you 310. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. So divide by 4. Ooh, I got something wrong. I got 77.5. Let's see if I added them up right. 84 plus 65 plus 76 plus 85. So I got the wrong answer. So let's see where we went wrong here. Oh, it's because I did not borrow correctly. So this is 95. I am so sorry. I did not do my math correctly. Let's try that again. See, it is always important to check your work. That is a perfect example why we should always check our work. Okay, so this is going to be 95. So when you re-add them, you should get 315 divided by 4. Nope, that still doesn't work. All right, what did we do wrong? Let's see. Oh, because this is 320. Miss Oates is messing up this entire video. Let's see if I can get this right now. So, 320 divided by 4, and that's going to give us 80. Alright, now that I have thoroughly messed up this problem. Okay, so let's walk through this one more time. So we actually solved the entire thing correctly. Miss Oates was just messing this problem up. Okay, so my incorrect borrowing led us to get the incorrect answer. So 320 minus 225 is 95. Now, when we go back to check our answer, and we add 84 plus 65 plus 76 plus 95, we get 320. When we do 320 divided by 4, it gives us exactly 80. Whew! All right. Lucy earned 84, 92, 84, 75, and 70 on her first 5 essays. What is the minimum grade Lucy needs to earn on her next essay to have a mean of 84? Okay, so let's first determine what our given values are. So we have an 84, a 92, an 84, a 75, and a 70. And then what is the mean or the average that they want us to have? So she needs a mean of an 84. So we are first going to add up all of our given numbers. So first we need to take 84 plus 92 plus 84 plus 75 plus 70 plus x. Next, we are going to divide by the total number of terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to set it equal to the mean, which is 84. Next, we're going to simplify our numerator, which is all of these numbers here. So let's add those guys up. So we have 84 plus 92 plus 84 plus 75 plus 70. That's going to give us 405 plus x divided by 6 still, and it still equals 84. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is we need to get rid of our denominator. So what we're going to do is we are going to multiply both sides by 6 to get rid of this denominator, because we have divided by 6 here, so we're going to multiply by 6 here. So these are going to cancel. We're going to bring down 405 plus x equals, and then we have 84 times 6, which is 504. We're going to box the variable, minus 405 from both sides, x equals, and 504 minus 405 is going to be 99. Now let's check our answer, because as we learned on the last problem, that's always important. So we're going to add in 99 here. So now let's go ahead and find the mean of these numbers to make sure, and this should be the mean right here when we find the mean. That's what we should get. So we're going to do 84 plus 92 plus 84 plus 75 plus 70 plus 99. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms. So we got 504 when we added them up, divided by 6, and we got a perfect 84 this time. Whew, hallelujah. All right, example 5. Find the value of x in the following data set when the mean is 61. 45, 62, 72, 59, 62, and x. So let's first find our given numbers. So 45, 62, 72, 59, 62, and then there's our x. And then what is our mean? It says the mean is 61. So let's go ahead and add up all of our given numbers. So we have 45 plus 62 plus 72 plus 59 plus 62, and we always add in our x. We're going to divide by the total number of terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to set it equal to the given mean. Now, we're going to go ahead and simplify our numerator. So we're going to add up those numbers there. So we have 45 plus 62 plus 72 plus 59 plus 62, and that's going to be 300 plus x, still divided by 6, equals 61. Now we need to get rid of our denominator, so we're going to multiply both sides by 6. These are going to cancel. We're going to bring down 300 plus x equals 61 times 6 is going to be 366. Box the variable, minus 300 from both sides. This cancels, and x equals 66. And let's go ahead and check our answer. So we're going to add 66 to this. And let's go ahead and make sure that our mean equals 61 here. So let's do 45 plus 62 plus 72 plus 59 plus 62 plus 66. So that's going to be 366 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that equals 61 perfectly. Okay, next one. While bowling, you need to score you score a 125 and 170. What do you need to bowl on the third game to maintain an average of a 150? All right, so let's highlight our given values here. So we have a 120 and a 170. Then it's saying our average or our mean is a 150. So let's go ahead and add up our two numbers, 125 plus 170 plus x. We're going to divide by the total number of terms, 1, 2, 3, and set it equal to the mean, which is 150. We're going to simplify our numerator. So 125 plus 170, that's going to equal 295 plus x divided by 3 equals 150. We need to get rid of the 3 at the denominator. It's divided by 3, so we're going to multiply both sides by 3. These cancel. We're going to bring down 295 plus x equals, and then this is going to equal 450. And then we just solve for x. Box the variable, minus 295 minus 295. This cancels. X equals, so 450 minus 295 is going to be 155. And then plug your answer back in to check it. So we want to find the mean of these three numbers here. So we're going to do 125 plus 170 plus 155. So that's going to equal 450 divided by 123, and that equals 150. All right, you have scored 85, 93, 92, and 80 on 4 social studies tests. What score do you need to earn on the last test to have a 90% average? So, first thing is, what are your given numbers? 85, 93, 92, and 80. And then what's your mean? You have a 90% average here. So let's go ahead and add up your given terms. So 85, 93, 92, 80, and then we always add x in there. Divided by how many terms do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and it's all going to equal 90. Let's simplify the numerator. So we're going to do 85 plus 93 plus 92 plus 80. So that's going to equal 350 plus x divided by 5 equals 90. The next thing we need to do is get rid of this denominator. It's divided by 5, so we're going to multiply both sides by 5. This cancels, so we're going to bring down 350 plus x. We're going to bring down our equals, and 90 times 5 is 450. And now all we're going to do is solve for x. So we're going to box our variable, minus 350 minus 350, x equals 100. But since it only takes a second, we're going to check our work. So we're going to add 100 to the mix there, and we're going to find the mean of those numbers. So 85 plus 93 plus 92 plus 80 plus 100, so that equals 450, divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, equals a perfect 90. And you can do all of that in your calculator. All right, example 8. A waitress earns tips in the amount of $2.50, $3.25, $5.25, $4.80, and $7. What would her next tip need to be to have an average of $4? So even though this has decimals in it, it does not matter. What are our given values? $2.50, $3.25, $5.25, $4.80, and $7. And what does our average or our mean need to be? $4. So let's go ahead and add up our given values. $2.50, $3.25, $5.25, $4.80, $7, and X. How many terms do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to have an average of $4. So I'm just going to put 4. Now let's go ahead and simplify our numerator here. So let's go ahead and add that up. So we have 250 plus 325 plus 525 plus 480 plus $7. And that's going to give us 2280 plus X divided by 6 equals $4. You do not have to write the 0 after it. You could just write 22.8. Now, same as always, I want to get rid of this divided by 6, so I'm going to multiply by 6 on both sides. These guys are going to cancel. I'm left with 22.80 plus X equals 4 times 6 is 24. And now I'm just going to solve for X. Box the variable, minus 22.80 minus 22.80. These cancel, and X equals, remember I'm talking about money here, $1.20. So her last tip needs to be $1.20 in order to be an average of $4. But I want to go ahead and just check my answer. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to do 120 plus 250 plus 325 plus 525 plus 480 plus 7, and that gives me 24 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 24 divided by 6 is 4, which is the perfect amount that I need. Alright, so this is a challenge problem. I'm not going to answer it on the video, but you are more than welcome to answer it and try to turn it into me by the end of the week for some extra credit. Alright, that is the end of this video. Let me know if you have any questions, but we're going to do a lot more practice in class.